Hello, hello. Today we are going to be customizing the square invitation. The template can be found on Etsy, or if you're just looking for a way to make the duotone, this tutorial will also show you duotone. It'll show you how to remove backgrounds for free. It will show you how to change some text. You'll learn a few things from Canva. So even if you don't have the template, you should still be able to get something out of this. And if you want the template, it's down in the description. The link is. All right, so for everybody who has the template, you've opened it, you're in Canva right now with it, you've signed up, all that good stuff, but yours won't look like this, right? Yours came looking like this. All I'm doing is removing the photos that you're about to put in. So it's just a big square of these picture boxes. So the first thing you need to do is you need to remove backgrounds from all your photos, and we do that in Adobe Express. Once you head over to Adobe Express, you will want to sign up for a free account and log in, and you will head down to Remove Background. And here this will appear, and you drag and drop your images into that folder and it will remove the background for you. You have to do one at a time for this. So you go ahead and download. If you didn't sign up prior, it will prompt you here to do so, but if you did, then you're good to go, and it will download to your downloads folder, and you're going to go back and grab those really soon and put them in Canva. I'm just going to do a couple with you just to kind of show you how it can turn out. So here's another one. I like how that one went. So every once in a while you'll do one and you will not like how it turned out, in which case you will need to pick another photo, which is a good reason to have the template in the first place so that you can really mess around. Once you completed removing the backgrounds from all your images in Adobe Express, you want to import them into your Canva account. So to do so, you open your template. Over here on the left, you'll go to Uploads, and you can drag and drop all your images into here, and it will automatically upload them, or you can go up to Upload Files and find your files and upload them that way. Once you do, you want to drop them into the picture boxes. I've left a few in place so we can see. I'm going to walk you through just doing about 4 of them, and from there you will know how to do all of them. So pick whatever you would like. I'm going to go with there and here. We'll do a sideways one to show you how to turn it sideways. And let's put this one down here. All right, so the next thing you're doing is you are going to size your images, and if they need to be adjusted, you're going to rotate them. So we're going to turn this one here. On the left, you'll see that it's letting you know the degrees. You're aiming for 90, but you don't have to. You can make it, see, I'll show you. You can make it, if you want to change it like that, just make sure where you're cropped is inside of the box. We're going to leave it just like that then. I like that. And we keep going. Double clicking. If you don't double click, you might manipulate something in the template that you don't want to manipulate. There are a lot of things in here. If you go up to position and layers, you will see all the elements that are in this particular template, all of which are editable. These are all the photos, and then down here you see the colors, which are the color boxes that are behind each one of these images, so that when you plop them in, the other colors exposed behind them, because that's an important part of our next step. So our next step is heading towards making them duotone. You're going to double click your image, and that puts you right in the edit photo screen. You're going to go to adjust, and here you're going to play around with brightness, contrast, shadows, and blacks. You want to blow out your image. It looks bad. There's no other way to put it. Like, no photographer wants their pictures to look like this, but to make it duotone, this really makes it pop. So do that to every single one of your images. If you end up getting away from there, navigating away, the way to get back to edit photo is just double click on that image again and go up to adjust. And we're just going to whip these out really quick. When all the images have been completed with their adjustments, then you go back into edit photo, and this time you're going to go to effects, and you're going to go down to the bottom here and click on duotone. You're going to go to custom. And when you click on highlights, this will come up and you grab the dropper tool and you just drop it on the background and that will achieve the duotone look that we're after. You may find that, especially in the red one, you have to go back and do some more adjustments. You'll go in to adjustments and kind of brighten it up and possibly bring down the blacks. That usually helps that one out a little bit. That one is the hardest one to see of all of them. The rest of them usually turn out pretty much exactly like you would expect, but you can always go back in and make minor adjustments if need be. So again, we're in effects, we're going to duotone, custom, always custom. Highlights are dropping on the back of the box. Okay. And then this one I saved for last because it's a little different. So you still want to go into duotone. Instead of the highlights being the background color, you're going to want to make your highlights white, and then you're going to want to do your shadows as the back. This one is, for whatever reason, they designed it just a little bit different, so we're keeping with that styling and that aesthetic. And we're going to go into adjustments again for this one and maybe make it a little more dark, like so. So all your images are in place, and that's really the hardest part. The rest is very simple. You can change your text here and here, and even this you can change. You can delete this if you don't like this line. You can change the background color, although I don't know if you really want to. You'd have to go through a lot of steps for that. But if you wanted to, really quickly, you go into position, go into layers, and you'll need to change every single one of these. So when you click on that, up here, you will see the line color. And in there, you'll want to change it. Let's say you want the whole thing to be pink. So you will have to go around and do every layer that has the white in it, all of these right here. And then you'll want to go and do your background as well. And that will create a totally different background color. So it takes a minute, but if you want to change your background color, you can. I'm going to put it back to where it was. And you can change this to anything you want. This we have to export into Photoshop. The first thing you do is type in your name. Once we export this, it will no longer be a text layer. It will be an element, so you will not be able to adjust it after that without redoing the whole thing. So make sure you get your name in there. And then you want to add a page. And you want to take your name, just your name, and drag it onto the new page. As big as you want. You're going to go to share, download, and you want it to be a ping. You don't want all your pages. And I have a ton of pages because this is my like master template for a ton of my different templates and invitations and things like that. So you won't have such a hard time. It'll be your second one and you'll pick it and then you can download it. And it'll go again to your downloads folder, and then we will open it in Photoshop and stretch the text, and I will show you how to do that. Once you have opened that file, grab the bounding box, hold down Shift, and pull up, and that will stretch your text. If you just grab the bounding box, it enlarges everything. You don't want to do that, so hold down the Shift. You'll see that obviously the box is a lot bigger. It's because you ended up exporting the entire invitation size. So we want to crop that down just to make it easier to manipulate when we get back in there. And the closer the better, honestly. So go ahead and highlight that with your selection tool, your marquee tool. And then you're going to go up to image and crop. And then you're just going to save this exactly how it was before so that you can find it really easy and import it back into Canva so we can wrap up and I'll show you how to print. When you're back in Canva, you're going to upload your text, which is now an element, the same way you did all your other photos. I did both of them so that I can show you. Here it is perfectly cropped and in there, you know, nice and easy to manipulate. But here I forgot to do that cropping, that last step. That's okay. You're just going to grab this and you can size it up in here. There's no difference. It does not make any difference. So you're going to take the one that you want and you can get rid of this because there's no point in having that anymore. And you're going to put this here and size it in so that it'll tell you when it hits that, do you see the line there? It's telling you that you're in the right spot because there is a white line back here, and that's the guide to make sure it is accurately centered. You want to move that to the back. You got to go to position because when you export it as a ping, it has a background. So now it has a white background. So if you want to change this background to black or anything else, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to change the text color first and export it on the same color background as your background. I advise to just go ahead and leave it as a white background. That makes it easy for everybody. But so if you need to move it to the back, you just go into your layers, find the layer that you want to move, and put it behind everything. And then we can take this and we can move it up to be about right there, just a tiny little piece between it. What happened is we ended up crowding our Let's Party. So we're going to just move that down. And how you do that is if you want to select 2 layers, you select the first one and then you hold down Shift and grab the second one. And from there, you will be able to just do the up and down arrows to move things up and down, or you can move it with your mouse. If you do up and down, it stays where you put it, which is centered, which is what you want. So you might want to use the up and down. And here you change your location and your date and you are set. So the very last thing you have to do is print this out. So you're going to share. You're going to go to download. You're going to give yourself a ping. You're going to download that, but only the page that you need. Go ahead and in there and click, make sure you only have one page in there. If you end up doing just a text invite, a JPEG is the way to go. So download a JPEG for that. If you want to print this out, then you want a PDF for print. And that's it. Those 3 things, you download them. And once they're downloaded, you take those files and do what you want with them. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something. And I hope I didn't say too many times, which I know I did because I always do.